In today's episode, we are going to talk about my finished project, which is a pair of leg warmers, a new cast on, a sock, and a shawl. Let's get started. Good day everyone and welcome back to the channel. My name is Mariette, also known as the Boervrou, and this is episode 54 of the Crafty Stitches podcast. Today, when I'm recording this, is Thursday the 11th of January 2023, and I'm coming to you from South Africa. Today is a lovely rainy day, nice and cool, and perfect day to cozy up with some knitting. So let's get into this episode. I have a few things to share, a new cast on, and I'm very excited to share these things with you. I also want to say, as this is the first episode of 2024, I just wanted to say I hope that you have a wonderful 2024 and that the year has been treating you well so far, and that it will be a very, very good year, and that you may receive all of the things that you would like this year. So let's just quickly share what I'm wearing. This is the second ranunculus that I've knit out of 100% cotton yarn. It is the amethyst colorway from Moya, and yes, the project page will be linked down below, as will all of the project pages of all of the projects that I share today. So let's get into this episode with the finished project. So the first project that I would like to share today is a pair of leg warmers. I started it in, I think, June or July last year. No, I'm lying. I started it in August, and I just knit one, and I asked my husband to wear it for a bit and see if it works, and then I knit the last one in December of last year. So this was, I think, the last project that I finished last year. But in the previous episode, I was at this point where this marker is. I started it top down. Yes, this is the top. I just had to think a little bit. Right, so here at this beautiful stitch marker, which is a marker by Annegret from Pincushion Crafts. So I was at that point, and then I finished it by the 28th or 29th of December. So I'm very, very happy with that. So that is the finished pair. And I actually got the yarn label. It is not this colorway, but this is the yarn label for this yarn. It is just 100% acrylic, and it's got 300 meters on 100 grams, and this colorway is light gray, and I used 98 grams for this pair. So I got a pair out of a whole 100-gram ball with only 2 grams left. Almost plain yarn chicken. Alright, so that is the leg warmers and the first finished project. The only finished project that I can share. I knitted with 3.5mm needles. I did the one on magic loop and the other one on DPNs, and I quite enjoyed the DPNs, I must say. I cannot say I hate them anymore. They are a bit more difficult, and I have to be a little bit more mindful when working with DPNs, but I'm starting to get the hang of it, I think. Alright, let's move over to works in progress. I must say I have not done as much on these 3 projects as I would have liked, but I was on leave and I am working on a garment design in the background, and that takes up quite a lot of time. I'm starting to understand why people that design garments specifically for a living do not do the normal sit down podcast if they don't share the progress of the projects because it takes up so much knitting time. Not that I'm complaining, I'm really enjoying it, but the knitting and frogging and knitting and frogging and knitting and frogging takes up quite a bit of time. Alright, so the first project that I would like to share today is the Kindness Shawl, which is one of the 4 of a kind pattern, which I am making in this Knotty Habit yarn. And this is 400 meters on 100 grams, and I'm loving this colorway. I think it'll be stunning with jeans as well. But yes, this is the little shawl. It's just a garter, the plain garter stitch one, and this is all I have so far. In the previous episode I was at this marker, also by Annegret from Pincushion Crafts. Let me just move it quickly. I'm not really in a hurry getting this one done because autumn is a little bit away, and yeah, I'm just knitting on it whenever I feel like it and whenever I have a little bit of time. But it is coming together, and it is really pretty. I think it's going to be a very nice shawl. I think I'll wear it more like a scarf type of idea, but I'm looking forward to having this one done. It's beautiful yarn, really nice to work with, and yeah, I'm knitting this with 3.5mm needles as suggested in the pattern, and no, I did not swatch, so we shall see where we get to with this one. Right, the second project that I would like to share is a pair of socks that I am knitting for Anton, my husband. I am using the DB Toe Up Socks pattern, which is a pattern by myself, and I'm knitting the socks on DP ends as well. This is the yarn cake. I am using this opal yarn that I bought from Colors of Amalfi. And that is the colorway name. And there you can also see what it looks like knit up completely. And this is what I have so far. So in the previous episode I was at this little marker, which I will quickly move up. By the amount of knitting that I did, you can see that I'm on the stocking stitch part of my Carmen design because it goes everywhere in the car instead of the socks. So that is why the socks got a little bit less love. So this is a 72 stitch sock, and I don't think there's much I can say about it. I'm knitting it on 2.25mm needles, and as I said, I'm using the DP ends. This is the Knit Pro Smart Sticks, the 14cm ones. And yes, I'm really enjoying the socks. I'm getting better at knitting with TPNs, getting less and less ladders, which is a very, very good thing. So very happy with that. But it seems that this will be a little bit of a longer term project, like the kindness shawl at the moment. And I'm still using my little TPN cozy just to keep the stitches from falling off the needles. I really love this fabric. So pretty. As you can see, I've got it everywhere. Literally everywhere. Okay, righty. That is the sock. And then it is time for showing you my newest cast on. So for the newest garment project that I am making, I'm using the L cottons. It's 100% cotton. This is a 4-ply, which has 156 meters on 50 grams. And I am using the color 003, which is called Baby Blue. I decided to go with the Reika top for the for the new garment that I'm knitting. And I have knit quite a lot on this one. My little yarn cake has lost a lot of body. Alright, so this is where I am so far. This is the back panel. I've already started some increasing here from the blue marker. And it looks very small, but it's got quite a lot of stretch. So let me just move this marker. I just added the marker to know which side is which. So this is also a marker by Annegret from Pincushion Crafts. And yes, as I said, this is the back panel. So I've already done quite a bit of knitting on this one. Very excited. I am knitting a smaller size than I did previously when I made the purple one. Oh, and this is knit on 3mm needles. And even with 3mm needles, which is the suggested needle size, my gauge is a little bit off. So my gauge is, let me see, let's start again. The pattern gauge in the rib is 30 stitches by 40 rows with a 3mm needle, and my gauge is 28 stitches in ribbing with 36 rows. Yes, so I knit 2 rows, 2 stitches less for 10 centimeters and 4 rows less for 10 centimeters, which means if I knit the large size, I might get an extra large garment because of the stitch difference. I worked it out. I think if I take the total amount of stitches for the medium size, my garment is going to be 6 centimeters bigger in circumference than intended in the pattern because of my gauge difference. So currently I am knitting a medium, I think. Is that right? Yes. No, I'm not. I'm knitting a small. So I'm currently knitting a small, which is a chest circumference of 84 centimeters, but I am going to get a bigger, approximately 90 centimeters of chest circumference. But previously I knit the large, the 4th size, and it is actually quite a bit too big. So I decided to size down 2 sizes, and then we shall see where this takes me. I am a little bit smaller at the top than on after my waist, so I decided if I need to, I will do some A-line shaping. I will just create like a faux side seam and just increase out to get the garment to fit better at the bottom half. But I don't want it so big at the top, especially because my other Reika top, instead of the straps sitting next to my neck, they like sitting more on my shoulders. So I've got a big opening here before they start. So I thought I'll size down 2 sizes, and then we shall see how that goes. I have also gotten some tips from viewers saying that sometimes it's best to knit the garment with your upper bust measurement instead of your full bust measurement, which I actually did for the Bella blouse, and I decreased to my upper bust measurement for the bust measurement for the size that I was knitting, and that came out very nicely. So we shall see how this one comes out. I'm quite excited to see the difference in the 2 garments, because I would really like this one to be a bit of a better fit, and I think that if it's more of a fitted garment, I really need to do A-line shaping. So we will see. I will keep you posted on how that goes. So I have a little bit left of increasing, and then I need to pick up the fronts from the back and knit the fronts before I can join in the round. And I was also thinking of maybe just knitting a little bit in the round and then stopping and doing the armhole ribbings to make sure that the garment fits before I do all of the body, because then I can still rib back and I don't have to rib back so much of the garment to get the right fit at the top. Yes, what else? I think that is everything for this project. So hopefully in the next episode I will have a little bit more done on this, so that we can see how my calculations are going. Alrighty, so that is it for the projects that I can share with you today. So let's go over to find out what's been happening. So not much has happened in the past 2 weeks since the previous episode. I was on leave still, and I started back at work this week. So I have quite a lot of baking to get done, and I am, as I said, still working on my garment design. I can maybe share that I have at least done some sizing in the patterning, and I am almost finished with the body of this garment design. So I'm very excited to get through this one, because I still need to knit up a sample in the yarn that I want to use for the pattern. So that'll still take me a while, but I'm really enjoying it and I'm super excited to share it with you. That'll come a little bit later. And yeah, I hope you guys will also like it as much as I liked making it. Alright, I think that is everything that I have to share with you today. Please feel free to leave me a comment and tell me what you are working on and how is the beginning of this new year. Have you had a lovely holiday and some time to rest? And share with me what you are working on. I love to chat with you in the comments. That is it from me. If you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back. If you are new, I hope that you enjoyed this episode and that you will consider sticking around. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you would like to see any more of my content. And I will see you in the next one. Until next time, happy crafting. Bye.